coming to Nigeria, the quality keeps diminishing, and then it's as a small business, there's little you can do to that. Also, human resource. As I think that's the rising problem in Nigeria now, where you want to teach somebody how to cut patterns and stuff, and they don't even know how to divide 56 into 4.
Yeah.
And you're thinking of drawing up a board on the wall to show what 56 divided by 4 is, and so to almost guarantee on your promise, you have to micromanage everything. You have to be on, you have to do everything by yourself. You want to make deliveries. There's so much you realize you have to do when you're in business in Nigeria that you don't necessarily have to do in other places in the world.
All right, great. So, what area of fashion design do you belong to? Would you say you're into streets, or would you say you're into ready-made, or what parts? Like where you work? What parts are you guys?
We do both evening wear and daytime outfits. So it's a combination of both. So sometimes we work with like Ankara, and sometimes we work with jersey, chiffon.
Did you have like ready-made outfits?
Yeah, we have ready-made as well.
So where are your outlets? Like, do you have to come to your?
Yeah, you have to come to the. Yeah.
Or you say you guys don't have outlets?
No. We had before, but my boss decided to just take everything to herself because she preferred things that way.
Yeah. So, I don't know if this is prying, but would you say maybe the outlets were like maybe it was really messing you guys up, or?
No, it just depends. There are like different outlets have their own policies. So there are some outlets that their policies you have to rent that space and you have to pay for that rented space even if they're not selling your products. And there are some outlets where the staffs there would rather sell another brand's product because maybe the brand is paying them or something, so they push every client coming there towards that brand. Yeah. So that kind of thing is something you have to consider as well. So
yeah. So what about you? Like, what's your style?
Okay, so
do you do street? Do you do ready-made? Like what's?
I've been in fashion for like 4 years, and I used to do bespoke before, but I'm transitioning to ready-to-wear, streetwear, easy wear, for male and androgynous. So it's like androgynous is like females, unisex that or male outfits that women can also women can wear. So that's what we're doing, and we're growing gradually. As he said too, stocking with people, you have to consider costs and all that.
So you have stock with people now?
Yeah. So that growing. Well, for now, what we do is we sell off social media, Instagram and all that, and we do deliveries. So we just have a workshop, and then we deliver from there. But in the near future, stocking at African stores, because we do a lot of African prints and all that. So stocking at places like that would
so what you're wearing now, like what would you? I really like what you're wearing now, and I like this. I don't even know what this is called.
It's like a leather patch or something.
Yeah, like a leather patch. Maybe like later, like maybe we'll take like a full. But then, what would you categorize this under? What section of fashion? Because this is not necessarily like African.
So it's wearable art, but this is also is like applique. Applique is like patching on designs on fabric. So this is like applique. So that's basically what we do. That's like our strong point. You get? So that's what this is.
So why men's fashion? Why did you choose to like start off with that? And do you plan on branching off into female? I know you said like you're doing a unisex thing, but that is not necessarily branching off. It's still like in the male. But then why male fashion? Like why did you start with that?
Okay, so from experience, I've experienced. I don't believe in giving people anything you've not experienced, and I've not had. Like I know a lot of people men that do women's fashion have experienced it in some form. Maybe they had the love sisters, or they have mothers or people that were really involved in beautifying these people, that they have the experience of it. So I don't believe in if you're given anything you have no experience, it'd be almost lying. So I don't have that much experience in female. But what I know is a lot of females see my outfits and steal it off me. So you understand? So it's male. So I have experience with what I do, and until I can guarantee any other thing, I can't step into that. So that's why I do this.
Yeah. So tell us, how did you start?
To be very honest, my first crush liked me because I look good. so that's how I started. So I never since then, every other year after that, I've had girls walk up to me and make advances because I always paid attention to how I looked.
Yeah.
And right off from there, I was neatest boy in secondary school, best dressed almost all the time in university, and I hated engineering. I felt like a phony.
Is that what
going,
you studied?
Yes, I felt like a phony going forward with that. So, what I was good at in engineering was the engineering drawing.
Yeah.
To get right from school. So I had the flair. I could create. I could draw. I've always been a designer from when I can remember myself. So whether it's designing clothes or designing my bike that I ride or designing, it comes naturally.
So your bike is like designed right now.
Yes.
We're going to take a picture of the bike.
So yeah, so that might be another child I might give birth to. So
Yeah.
but yeah, designing bikes. But
So
yeah,
you design it by yourself?
Yes, painted, made side bags, made
wow.
yeah, a lot. Yes, sir. That might be the future.
Interesting.
Just like beautifying stuff. Basically.
So, like, when you started, how did you branch out into, like, how did you get clients? How did you branch out? Because some people, like, I would say it's very easy to learn, but then it's very hard to branch out. So it's very hard to get customers. It's very hard to get people to actually love your work, love what you do. It's very hard for people to trust you and say, okay, I trust this guy to make an outfit for me, and I'm going to pay him. So how did you actually branch out?
Your business is a reflection of your personality. If you're a person of integrity, then you have a brand of integrity. So that's why it's good to be a person that can hold good relationships, even though they're not as frequent. But anytime you remember you say, that guy is a good guy. He's true to his word. He's fun. He I like the way he looks. He always looks so. You're telling a story personally. So with that, even though you haven't started to brand it yet, unconsciously you have started because people see you everywhere, in church or everywhere I've been. I always stand out. I think that's where I've been. Always try to make sure that I'm as original as possible. I don't fit in. Do you get? So just doing that alone had made me branch from my accessible market, which is people I know, to the auxiliary market, to the
You kind of actually do branch out because when you came in with your biker gear, I was like, what's going on? From head to toe, I was a bit confused.
You're wondering who I was.
Yeah, I was like, what's going on? With the whole thing with like covering your, I'm like, this is like some serious stuff.
Yeah.
So like, what inspires you? What inspires you?
Music. Music and artworks. I draw inspiration whenever I listen to music and I'm sketching. So I just like.
So like, what's the playlist like?
Mostly filled with indie songs.
Interesting. So for someone who is just starting, what advice would you give to them?
Brace up. I don't know because
probably study the market. It's important to study the market and be sure of what exactly you're getting yourself into, because a lot of people just keep saying, oh, I want to be a designer, and lately it's becoming generic. So it's like the fallback plan now for everyone. Like if you want to just do anything, let me just do design. Shade just buy fabric, and they don't really pay much attention to what's it called, like how fabrics work, if it's the right fabric for the outfit they're making and stuff like that. So studying the market and knowing exactly who your buyers are going to be and stuff like that, and what your brand is all about. So
all right, so tell me, what's your style, your fashion style?
My fashion style, I'll probably just say I'm into like street style looks, like minimalist minimalist looks, and a bit of androgynous, but not too much. And
what does that mean? Sorry.
Androgynous is like the unisex, like men's wear, women's wear, like diffused together.
So what does that look like?
This is androgynous.
Yeah, true.
One size, all those kind of things.
Yeah. So what's your? So I'm guessing this is your style.
Yeah, androgynous, streetwear, edgy. I was going to say, I'm not a gentleman. So you know how someone's brand is, suit and tie. I'm not a gentleman at all.
Yeah.
So I always like to just tweak off something, break off something. Let it be different. Let it be a bit edgy.
So do you get like suit and ties?
Actually like formal attires, but not often. Only like during occasions. So.
Yeah, what about you?
I think suit and ties. is almost like what is socially acceptable, and I'm not someone that seeks to. I'm a non-conformist. I'm not someone that seeks to be accepted by people. So what I feel like doing is what I want to do, and most times suit and tie. It's really not.
Yeah, but
It's very occasionally that happens.
there are also like suits that are different from the norm, though.
I feel like yeah, I don't mind that. I don't mind these kind of things too.
Yeah, but you're just not really.
I'm a rebel.
So out of like all the celebrities, let's just do celebrities home base. Who is your best, just say person in terms of style, like in terms of person style? Who's like your top? I mean, let's do male and female.
Celebrities. Asking first, I have to think.
Nigerian celebs or just-
Yeah. Let's do Nigerian celebs.
That would be difficult for me.
Don't say Ebuka because it's just too generic.
No,
like everybody is just always like, Ebuka. Like who else dresses well? And like every time you see that person, you're like, wow, this person always like kills it. Or is that we don't have a lot of occasions where celebrities don't really step out. I know that yes, we have red carpet events. However, is it that we are not experimental in terms of our dressing?
I don't think Nigerians are experimental.
Yeah, I don't think most Nigerians are experimental.
Or-
I think
or
that's
just loud.
starting to change, though.
Or just loud.
Yeah.
There's a lot of hype about the same things. I just tweaked a little bit. I don't see a lot of new entries or new kind of styles really entering that much. I think people are just comfortable with what they know here and new. So if you're making Indomie now and you're using one pepper, now you start using red and green pepper. You understand? They don't really break out of the Indomie. Can't
By
you
the
make
way,
it?
your explanations are very unique.
Detailed.
What's going on?
Yeah, you get so we're in the same box basically. With one
Okay, for female, I'll probably say Bolanle, although there's a long list for that, but I'll probably say Bolanle and who else? Okay, for female, I would say Bolanle for style, and what can I mention? Maybe Adekunle Gold or Burna Boy, I don't know. Because I've seen some pictures that are unique.
I know, like, I saw on your IG one time, you're talking about, I think it was headies, and then someone outfits, and you're like,
that's
why people
IK.
white people like copying everything the same way. And at first, I didn't even understand. I'm like, copying how? Until I now saw the outfit. So would you say people, some, not all, some designers just feel comfortable copying somebody else's work, like?
Yeah, that tends to happen a lot. Some stylists want to copy other foreign designers. So
Would you say they are just being mentally lazy, but they are enjoying the money?
sometimes it's what the celeb wants, because there are some celebs that when they're going for all these red carpet events, they specifically show the designer or the stylist a picture of a foreign celeb wearing a gown, and they're like, oh, I want this gown exactly with the same fabric, but they know that they cannot go and meet the foreign designer that made it, so they look for someone in Nigeria to make the same thing. So that's why it becomes a problem, and then it's kind of harmful to the brand as well, because it looks like you're copying, but it's actually what the client wants.
Yeah.
So yeah.
So what skills must a person have to be on the pathway to becoming a successful fashion designer? Like, what certain skills or what certain details does this person like have to have?
You must have an eye for what is good and what is bad, and be able to tell yourself when you make a mistake. So we're in Nigeria, we have a mindset of managing things. It's good enough, you know. Add more people should. It's good enough. Let's manage it. We don't like to finish or go back and correct. And so you must have an eye for detail, and you must. I would advise, if you had a little bit of fashion, like how to tailor an experience and everything, so you can express or teach what you want to do, because a lot of people are limited in understanding and they can't get. So have an eye for the craft, and knowing, okay, what is the field product. We made 8 outfits, only 2 are nice. We trash the other 6 and put out the best that we can. And then I think those are the 2 things that jump off my head.
So what would you say?
To be successful in Nigeria,
Or like on the pathway?
on the pathway, well, your design should be good, and I think what's really important, and I feel what has boosted majority of like iconic fashion designers in this country is most likely PR. So having good PR really helps a lot, because once people start seeing your product, unlike some certain people start saying, oh, you've blown and stuff like that. So it's that PR that helps a lot.
Yeah. Okay, like I could go on and on and on, but then they keep telling me that time is running out, so I had to stop here, unfortunately. But then I would I would really love to have you guys back soon, hopefully. So thank you for coming on. I really enjoyed this, and at least we've gotten like some information, and maybe when next time we go to a tailor space, we won't be so angry. Because now that you're giving us like a proper breakdown, we kind of understand what's going on.
A lot of us now. Just try somebody else. There's no time.
Yeah, so we'll just keep trying to get at least 3 consistent people, right?
Good.
Yeah. So thank you for watching this episode of Creative Kloud. Don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe, and most importantly, share. Their social media handles will be in the description below.